Hi folks, Cowboy here. So tonight we're going to be making some chicken tortellini soup. Now we're making it from scratch. That means all fresh vegetables, fresh chicken, and fresh tortellini, cheese tortellini. So I'm going to show you those ingredients in the pot that we're going to be cooking that in. So here we go. There's about 2.5 to 3 cups of onions, carrots, and celery, and probably close to a cup of thyme that I stripped off the stalk. There's about 6 cloves of garlic there. Here's the cheese and spinach tortellinis, and there is the pot that we're going to be cooking that in. Now, we have already got the chicken on. We still got about 31 minutes to go. We had 4 double breasts that weighed about 3 pounds, maybe 3.5 pounds. And we are cooking that in some chicken stock in the Instapot. So we've got some olive oil heating, and now I'm going to put in the onions. And as I've told you before, I like to use a wooden spoon. We're going to get those to heating up. Then we're going to go ahead and put the garlic in. And of course, you're going to salt and pepper this to your taste buds. So I'm going to add in about probably a tablespoon of pepper. I'm not going to use that much salt. I'm sure you can hear that. You can see I've already got my pot of water for my tortellini to boil those. Alright, let's let those onions and garlic melt down just a little bit more. Okay, we've got those. They're translucent and they look really good. So now we're going to go ahead and put in the celery. Chock full of fresh vegetables. Add just a tad more salt and just a tad more black pepper, not much. So we'll let that go for a little bit. We'll be right back. So, we've given that a little time. And now, let's give it a little more time. And add some color to it with some carrots. We'll let that simmer for a little bit and come right back. We're also going to put a big old handful of rough chopped parsley. There it goes. A little more salt. So now we can start adding our chicken stock, I use low sodium. I'm going to be putting in 332 ounces, which of course is going to be 96 ounces of this fluid. As the chicken gets done, we may take some of the chicken broth that it was cooked in and also season it. So let's get this added. So we're going to bring that to a boil, and then once it boils, we'll turn it down and let it simmer. And we'll be tearing the chicken apart as soon as it's done and boiling the tortellinis. So I'll bring it to a boil. So we got that to a boil, and we're now going to turn it down and let it simmer for a while. Okay, folks, while all that's getting ready, we also have some seasoned oyster crackers that we make that goes with our soup. Now I'm going to show you the ingredients that goes into that and show you how to do it. So here's the ingredients that goes into the seasoned crackers. We got some black pepper, a package of ranch dressing, garlic, dill, olive oil, the crackers, and then at the end, some Parmesan cheese. So I'll get that set up and show you how to do it. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to empty all the oyster crackers into a big jumbo hefty bag. And then I'll show you how to mix it. So I've got 2/3 of a cup of olive oil. Then I'm going to have a tablespoon of garlic and a tablespoon of the dill, pepper to taste, and the ranch dressing. So I'm going to get that mixed and then show you what it looks like. So I took all those ingredients, I put them in. I took a fork and just mixed them around a little bit, got them good and mixed up. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this bag and I'm going to take this mixture and I'm going to start pouring it all around in the bag. All right, I got it all in the bag. Get the air out. And now you just start rotating it until you get all of the crackers coated with that nice seasoning. And then after we get that coated, we will add the Parmesan cheese to it. Look at that. They're all just about coated. So easy, as long as you don't break the measuring cup, right? Okay, so we got that mixed well, and now I'm going to open it up, and we're going to start out with a 1/4 cup of Parmesan cheese, and we're just going to sprinkle that, just like we did with the liquid. Yeah, that doesn't look quite enough. Let's give it another 1/8 of a cup. There we go. And now we're going to do the same thing. We're going to get all of that coated with that nice Parmesan cheese. That's fresh Parmesan cheese from the market today. We've got a big piece right here we need to crumble up a little bit. There we go. You got it. Now, those look good and coated. Now these have to set for about an hour before they're ready to add to our soup. So let's get on with our program. So I hope you can see that chicken is done now. You can see my Pampered Chef shredders. So let's get this chicken shredded and add it to the soup. Look at that. Look how easy that is to do. Now this chicken is fresh from the market, never been frozen. And I'm telling you, it is just fabulous. It's so hard to beat You know, and I'm not putting any grocery stores down or anything, but like I said, this is fresh from the market, and it just takes your meal to a different level. There we go. That's already done. Got that all torn up. Got some big hunks and some little hunks. We used to have 3 little puppies, and unfortunately they aged out on us. And most of our pets, they all find us, and no one's found us yet, but they always got a little helping of this freshly boiled chicken every time that we made chicken noodle soup or chicken tortellini soup. So let's add this in. So there's the chicken added. Let's give it a stir. Oh yes, looking great. You should smell this. Yeah. Alrighty, let's get our tortellini boiled and we'll add her in. So you can see we've got the tortellinis boiling. I usually only boil these for about 4 minutes, and we're on about 3. We're getting ready to add them to the soup. So there we go. Look at that delicious pot of soup. Look at that. Remember, this is chicken soup. And who was the star? Chicken. And you can look, this is a huge pot of soup. Probably about a 6 quart. So let's dish some up. Check it out. Okay, we got that done. I got me up a little bit and let it cool just a tad. Let's try one of these spinach cheese tortellinis. Let's try a little bit of the broth. Oh, and the veggies. Well, as usual, delicious. And you know, I'm hungry. So let's eat. I'll see you on down the trail.